playing with by now. It's us Palestinians that will never bow. We're the owners and the only owners of this land. And who said otherwise, let the rocks in the soil tell you. Let the smell of its history suffocate you, wishing you had one. As the trees you're hurting, what will happen after you plant the ones that you all hide behind? And be aware of the God and the only God who will make you blind and terrified. So don't you shush me, don't you dare, don't you try. Palestine is within us and it will never die. Thank you, everyone. I want to thank every single one of you for coming out today in the rain. Let us show the world how resilient our people are. Let us show them how we will never give up on this land. Don't stop sharing your posts and your stories, because every single post and every single repost you make matters and will make a difference. We Palestinians teach life, we teach resilience, we make miracles, and we will get our land back. We will make it free, we will go and get it back, all of us. Let us show them that we're united, because the world needs to see us united. When we're united, we will never be defeated. The people united 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 will never be defeated. All right, thank you for that amazing poll. We have our last speaker of the night, Kabir Kurban, and he's an advocate for the Muslim community, so give it up for him.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I wanna ask a question. In the community, my Palestinian brothers and sisters, can you please put up your hands? Can you please put up your hands? Now, to everyone else who doesn't have their hand up, I'm gonna put my hand down. I want you to literally listen to every single word I say. Advocacy is a massive weight that we all have to carry together. The Palestinian brothers and sisters have been carrying it alone for too long. We need to all put our hands on this weight and walk side by side, shoulder to shoulder, day in, day out, night if you have to sacrifice sleep, because I promise you, dear respected brothers and sisters, there will be a day where you stand in front of Allah. And you have to ask, and He will ask you. You heard about what happened in Gaza. You heard about the innocent children. Your brothers and sisters were asking for your help. What did you do? This is a very serious question that makes me shiver to my bones as I speak to you right now. I don't have family in Gaza. But those hands that were raised, we need to be there for every single one of them. That weight, every single time you put down your hand, you need to remember that it gets heavier, and keep that in your mind every time you put your hand down, that you do need to come back. Now, what am I here to say? I have the privilege of not having as much emotional attachment to the land that has been seized, the land that has been bombarded, the land that has been free for so long, but for the past 70 years they decided to impose an occupation onto my people. Shame. What now I will ask you to do is follow some 3 steps, constructive steps. We have a lot of emotion. Screaming is important. Coming here and gathering and seeing your allies is important. But how can we bring this change? Dear respected brothers and sisters, unfortunately, there has been a lot of misinformation going around. We need to do the first thing and educate ourselves to the maximum. We need to strengthen our own knowledge so that when these individuals start asking us silly questions, that we are ready to answer them. Educate yourself. Take time out. Read an article from beginning to end. Get it checked. Get your information checked by Palestinian brothers and sisters who have sources on the ground who can tell you what is true. And number two, once you have information, I'm a teacher, I'm a high school teacher. The point of knowledge is not to hold on to information, it is to pass it on forward to your teachers, to your bus driver, to your boss, to your colleagues who are questioning, is there two sides? No, there's only one side, and that's the side of justice. You let them know. So number one is educate yourself. Number two, I told you, get your friends, your family, your brothers and sisters, your boss, your bus driver, any chauffeur, the Uber driver that brought you here, let them know what you did and who stood by your side. You are not alone. I'm going to end by reminding you that the weight of advocacy gets heavy when we put our hand down. And it would be ignorant for me to tell you that this is going to end after this speech, and that we need to continue the fight, that we need to be there for our Palestinian brothers and sisters. Everyone who didn't raise their hand up, you don't know. I don't know what they're going through. Reach out to them sincerely and offer them support. Step one, educate yourself. Step two, have a unified goal. Make sure that your language is correct when you're approaching your MPs, when you're approaching the senators, the NGOs. You demand a unified ask. And that ask right now is a ceasefire. We need to have a ceasefire. Blood needs to stop shedding. It doesn't matter where you lie on the spectrum of independence, or for some reason you believe in a two-state solution. But the first thing we need to demand for, and I can only say this because I come from a place of privilege, I don't have family there, is the stopping of the bloodshed, a ceasefire. Demand it everywhere. To your boss, get them to rank it up. If my boss is a teacher, I'm going to tell him to tell the principal. If your boss is just a manager, tell him to bring it up to the ranks, to the CEO. And last thing, once you have the education up to yourself, you spread it among your friends and family, the action items will naturally flow. Dear respected brothers and sisters, have hope. Make sure you pray. Make sure you pray. And keep the Palestinians in your du'as. I will pass it back to the organizers. You have all been amazing. Please don't take your hands off the weight of advocacy. Free Palestine.
We will start the march very soon. Just a few rules before we do start marching through the streets of Vancouver. Number one, we want to be one voice, one loud voice in Vancouver. Please follow the people with the mics and join them in chanting the same chants. Please refrain from starting your own chants. We want to be heard as one.